Welcome to this week's episode of Let's Talk About. Today is day 15 of my 14-day water fast. So I did break my fast yesterday and I made myself a big pot of veggie broth. And during the course of the 14 days that I did the water fast, I did videos on different days where I was doing different things. I also did some videos with Joe and Kelly, who are two friends of mine who I did the water fast with. So we did it in a way where we really were supporting each other through the fast. And I just wanted to go through a little bit of a story about why we did the fast. Each of us did it for our own individual reasons, and also what the overall results were. So watch this video and I will be back with some details of how the fast went. Good morning. Today is day 5 of my 14-day water fast, and I haven't been filming each day as I go, but I decided last night that the journey was really something that I would love to share with you all, because I think it's a deep journey. And today what I would really like to share is what I'm doing to support myself during this water fast. So on day 2, I think it was, I did a magnesium salts enema, and then yesterday I had a session with Naomi Berg from Purple Skirt, who did an intuitive stretch and really worked with me with emotional anatomy on what's going on in my body and things that are happening physically in my body as I'm going through this. And then I went for a lymphatic drainage massage with, sorry about that, Bill, sorry my arm was getting sore. Bill, who's down in Upper Coomera. I'll put links to all their businesses in the show notes. Then this morning, and I've done this most mornings as well, is I scrape my tongue with a metal spoon. So I normally just use a teaspoon, and I get up first thing in the morning and I scrape all the muck off my tongue, because as the toxins are coming out, my tongue has been just white and furry, and so I really want to get that out. And then I oil pull, and I use a teaspoon of coconut oil, really beautiful organic coconut oil, and I hold that in my mouth and swish it around my mouth for about 15 minutes. And so while I was doing that, I was actually sitting out in the sun on the steps at the front of my house and just enjoying the sun. And and the thing I did before I did the tongue scraping and the oil pull was I did a 20-minute energy activation meditation from Sarah McCrum. So I do that nearly every morning. And lately, because I've been waking up so early because I've been on this water fast, I've actually been doing 2 of them every morning. So each one is around about 20 minutes long. And so I think it's a beautiful way to wake up and really clear my energy out for the day. So that's the morning. And now this morning I'm just waiting for one of the other 2 women who are doing this water fast with me. So there's 3 of us doing it together, and the other 2 are doing 21 days. I'm only doing 14 days, and we are going for a float this morning. So we're going to Float Life in Arundel, and what we're doing there is we're going to be laying in this magnesium salt bath in a tank that's completely closed, and it's like a sensory deprivation tank where we can meditate, and it's an hour-long session, and it's really relaxing for the muscles and really healing. So I'm really looking forward to that this morning. And then when I get back from the float, I will be doing a salt flush as well. So just to give a bit of context as to why I'm doing this water fast is I got myself tested for parasites, and I think I picked up some parasites when I was traveling overseas. And so, and I know that the parasites can only get into my body. Like parasites generally will travel through people's bodies, but I've got other things that are going on in my bile and in my digestive system that have allowed these parasites to get embedded, and as a result, like I have some like parasite protocols that I'm doing to try and get these parasites out of my body. At the same time, I thought, you know what, I know one of the ways that can really get them, because these ones are super tough. I've tried about 10 different things to try and get them out, and none of them have worked so far. So this one is more on the extreme side, but I think it's actually just people's perception. Like seriously, I'm on day 5. I feel amazing. I'm a little bit tired because we were out at an event last night and everyone was, drinking and eating around me, and I didn't really care. But I didn't get home till like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I've only had a few hours sleep. So I am feeling a little bit tired today. The other days I wasn't feeling as tired. So I may have a bit of bags under my eyes. But yeah, I think that maybe people's perception of how hard water fasting is really just that feeling of, you feel like you can't operate if you don't eat, because, like when you're eating normally, you get those waves of hunger when it's time for a meal. But when you're water fasting, they sort of just pass through like a passing feeling, and then don't feel hungry. And there's times I've like gone, wow, I'm feeling hungry right now, or wow, I'm smelling food and it smells amazing, but it doesn't mean I want to eat it. So anyway, that's day 5. I am going to update each day and just share also the journeys and the stories of Joe and Kelly, who are doing this water fast with me, and where they're at and what they've gone through. So talk soon. Bye now. Video. Hi guys and girls. So this is Joe. Joe is one of the beautiful women that is doing the water fast with me at the moment. And we have just done a float at Float Life. I'll just bring the sign up. Where is it? There it is behind us, which is why we've got the wet hair and bit vague looks, I think. Very vague looks. Very vague looks. But that was just amazing. Seriously, like if you are cleansing or detoxing, or just have done lots of gym sessions and you're feeling sore or whatever, totally do the infrared sauna and the float. Joe, what did you experience?
Infrared sauna first was just fabulous. It definitely got me prepared for the float. Yeah. That way I could spend the first 25 minutes in the sauna first, coming down, rather than wasting that 25 minutes in the float.
Right.
Yeah, it was just wow. Yeah. It's a great way to set up the day.
Oh, it's the best Sunday morning ever.
Yeah, right.
So much fun. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Well, today's day 7 of my water fast, and I've noticed a few things, like I've got spots coming out on my face that and on my neck as well, where feels like the toxins are coming out. But I must admit, yesterday I didn't do a video. And I probably should have, because yesterday was definitely the hardest day that I've had so far. I had quite severe muscle pain in my hips and legs and in the centre of my back. But I actually had a coaching session, the group of us, so Kelly, Joe and I, who are all doing this water fast together, and we're all on day 7. We had a coaching session, and the weirdest thing, I was coached around what this feeling might be, and asked to go back like 6 years and think about what the emotional, what sort of emotional pain I was going through at that time. And I thought about it and discussed it and got some coaching on it. And by the end of the session, the pain had gone, and it was quite amazing. Because I like over the course of 24 hours, the pain had just kept increasing and increasing and increasing, and it was becoming unbearable. I was actually like very close to just breaking my fast because of how painful it was. And then as soon as I was coached about the emotional link to it, it just stopped. So it's just actually blown my mind. And today has been fantastic. Like, I did a big day in the kitchen juicing, and, I've been on my feet all day, and now it's nighttime and I'm about to go to my dancing lesson. So I do dancing lessons in West Coast Swing on the Gold Coast on Monday nights, and Tuesday nights are up at Green Slopes in Brisbane. And so I'm going to try and get to the Tuesday night one as well. And I'm surprised at how much energy I have, considering I've been 7 days on water. So just wanted to share that with you today. Bye. Good morning. It's day 8 of my water fast, and it's a bit early in the morning, so I'm trying to be a little bit quiet because there's still people sleeping in the house. But I'm sitting at the front of my house at the moment, about to do some journaling again. So I think that journaling when I'm doing this fast is really important, because it really helps to, I love to journal normally, but I think it's really important to really get the thoughts and the feelings and the emotions that are flowing through me during this fast down onto paper, so it can flow through better and easier. I've just been sitting here thinking about doing this video, but a little bit distracted by the birds and the flowers and the grass and the mistiness, and it's hot and muggy, but it's beautiful. I thought I'll show you my view so you can see what I look at while I'm doing my journaling. It's just all the flowers are in bloom, and those flowers on the white flowers are so beautifully smelling, and especially, I've always loved the smell of them. But while I've been on this fast, of course, my sense of smell has increased amazingly, which can be a good and a bad thing, because there's some smells that you don't want to smell. But it's been an amazing journey so far. I'm over halfway, only 6 days to go, and the other 2 women who are doing the fast with me, it's been quite a journey for the 3 of us, and we've got a coaching check-in this afternoon, and then we've got another coaching session on Friday, and then on Friday night we're going for another float. Also have a Zen Thai Shiatsu massage booked in for this afternoon, and then later on in the week I'm going to go and get another lymphatic drainage massage as well. So, really doing things to support my body. I did a salt flush on the weekend, and I've been doing enemas every couple of days. So I've been thinking about how in the future, for future podcasts, I will do some that are related to like how to do enemas, how to do salt flushes, how to do all the things that can support you on a cleanse if you choose to do so, and not just a water fast, but a juice cleanse as well. So they're protocols that can really, really support your body to detox, and also some things around what to expect, because there's been some things that have really surprised me, and each of the women have experienced slightly different things at different times, and so I'll share their journey as well. Anyway, that's me for day 8. I've got dancing tonight. I did dancing last night and I kept up. I did the hour class and felt good. Definitely hit a wall at the end of the class, but I'm going dancing again tonight and I'll see how I go. Adios.
How long does this video have to be?
Only like 10 seconds. It is day 11 and I'm back at the juicing kitchen. I wouldn't normally be in the juicing kitchen today, it's a Friday, but we got a really big order late yesterday afternoon, and so this morning, after having quite a large day in the kitchen yesterday, I'll be putting about half a ton of produce through the machine this morning, and we'll be like doing a 10-hour shift on the machine today. It's going to be a big day. Really excited. I am going to be quite gentle on myself. A day like today would really test me physically if I was just eating and normal. So I'm very aware that I have not had anything to eat for 11 days now, and I'm going to be really testing myself physically today. So I'm going to be very hyper aware of taking care of myself, taking the breaks I need, making sure I keep up my water, and still getting the job done. So I'll do some filming today too. Bye. Today is day 12 and I've been awake for a couple of hours. I've been meditating in bed. As you can see, I've got some pretty big bags under my eyes. Because yesterday in the kitchen, I ended up doing a 9-hour shift of juicing, and I reckon yesterday I carried probably 800 kilos of apples into the kitchen. So even if I was eating yesterday, it would have been a fairly exhausting day. I think I did push myself a little bit too hard. I've got bruises, all my muscles are sore. But luckily, Joe and Kel, who I'm doing this water fast with, came around here yesterday afternoon after I'd finished, and we all went and got a float done. And so we went to Float Life in Arundel. It's so beautiful. It's really, really nice. And we did a float, and I fell asleep in the float tank after my infrared sauna, and it definitely helped my muscles. Like, some of my muscles are still a bit sore. But today I'm going to be focusing just on total self-love, rest, relaxation. I've already done probably 2 hours of meditating. I'm going to have a deep hot bath, put a face mask on. I'll do a bed tonight clay face mask. I'll do another enema as well. It's only got 2 days to go. It's amazing how fast this has gone. And at the moment I'm out sunbaking. It's so beautiful. It's a beautiful blue clear sky and the sun's so nice. It's early in the morning, so it's not too strong on my skin, and really just getting my vitamin D hit really. And I'll probably fall asleep again, but I'm going to set an alarm. I'll definitely put another meditation on because it just feels so good. So that's me for day 12. See you tomorrow. So day 12 still, and I've spent the morning gardening and doing all the things that I love in the garden, planting new seeds and things like that. And now I'm going to do some self-love. So I'm going to do a face mask, bath soak, enema, and I was just going to show you some of the stuff that I've got. So that there is a bath soak that I just made up. It's got Epsom salts, pink Himalayan salt, orange peel powder, and some sweet orange essential oil. And then that is a bentonite clay face mask. So that's literally just bentonite clay powder and water. I've got my music and my candles, and I'm going to be doing my enema in a second. I'll show you that. So that's ready to go. I'm just doing a water enema. Enema. I did it again. Enema. Yeah, and once I've finished that, I'll go and jump in the bath with my face mask on and have a very beautiful morning. Still day 12, looking and feeling a bit different to this morning, going for a girls' night out. There's a group of us all meeting at the W Hotel tonight, and 3 of us are all on the water fast. So I'm actually going to, if I can get a chance, get them to share part of their journey while we're there. Probably get Kel in the car because we're sharing the drive into the city together, and just see if they want to share part of what they've been going through for these 12 days, and what they're looking forward to the most when they break their fast and how they're going to break their fast. Bye. Okay, it's called filming now. So, hi Kelly. Hi. Kelly is on day 12 as well of the water fast. Kel's been doing the water fast with me and Joe. And I just wanted to have a quick chat, Kel, about how the water fast has been for you so far. What's the best, worst, funniest experiences you've had so far on the fast?
For me, I've got really clear on what I'm wanting to do with my life. It's actually made me dig a lot deeper than I normally do. So instead of being so surfacey up here, I've actually dug deep, and I'm actually getting crystal clear in regards to what my life needs to be moving forward. And I've made some big changes in my life, and I'm excited for what's ahead because of these changes.
Awesome. Yes, I definitely agree with the water fast being a way to clear your mind. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. And the biggest thing for me is I've been so stuck, and obviously my body has been stuck as well for so long. So I've been doing the same thing over and over again, and I just noticed that my insides have been obviously once a day going to the toilet's fine, but I want to do more for my health. And when Michelle said to do a water fast. I was like, well, so do I want to do it, and it's so good to do it with other people. I stress that you need to do it with other people so that you get the support there, because there are days when you think, oh my goodness, how am I going to get through this? But what I've found by doing this is I'm just getting just clearer on every part of my body, and I released four parasites, and I was kind of grossed out by it, but I'm so glad that they're gone, and I'm hoping that I normally break out with rash. I'm hoping that will help as well. So when you look up, there's 21 things that parasites do to your body, and I had quite a few of those things, so I'm hoping that I don't have those things happening to me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So what's been the worst part of it?
Having the cravings of food.
Yeah.
Like having Melbourne Cup Day and everyone's having drink, and also having beautiful food. I had to get some coaching around smelling the food. It was like, oh, I just want to have a taste.
Yeah.
But resisted, because I knew that I've only got, like day 12, I've only got 2.5 days to go. So it's like, well, I can get through this, and I can. So that's kept me motivated, just to think that my health is going to improve.
Yeah. And so we're on our way to a girls' night tonight. It's going to be so fun.
Yeah.
How do you feel about, being at a girls' night where there's going to be a group of women and some of them are going to be drinking, and there's going to be 3 of us that aren't, so at least it's like we're not the only one by ourselves not drinking. But how does that make you feel?
I guess if I was the only one going out, because what happens is when you do go out, people say, what's wrong? Why aren't you eating? Why aren't you drinking? Like, what's wrong with you? They tend to make it a point of it and make you feel like there's something wrong with you. Whereas I actually think some of the people that are asking what's wrong, it's like, well, what's wrong with you not doing something about your health? So it's, I guess, not taking on board other people's beliefs, and just being comfortable with where you're at and what you're doing. And, I'm happy that I've got 2 others that are not drinking or eating as well, so it makes it a bit easier. So yeah, to answer it, I'm fine with it. I can deal with it. I've only got 2.5 days to go.
Yeah, it's like we can see the light at the end of the tunnel, can't we?
I can. The light's at the end of the tunnel, and then I'm going to, I've got to order tomorrow some juices, and I'm also going to get on the veggie broth as well, just so that I ease myself back into eating again.
Yeah, cool. Well, thank you for sharing. I really appreciate it. We're going to add this to the podcast, where I'm going to do the same thing with Joe as well, and we're going to make sure that, if there's listeners and viewers out there that want to know more about, what we've gone through over the last 14 days.
Well, it's been a journey.
It has been a journey. Thanks, girl.
Bye.
Today is day 14, and I am so happy to have done 14 whole days on water. Yesterday was just amazing, really. I was so full of energy that I spent all day cooking for my 15-year-old, making things for him for school for this week, protein bars, and I made these Thai chicken sausage rolls. And the food just didn't have any impact on me, and I had this really big realization that I've always loved cooking. I absolutely love being in the kitchen, cooking and creating different things. And I actually always associated that with a love of food. it's actually a little bit difficult to cook food without tasting it. But it was still so enjoyable. And I think it was actually more to do with the fact that I'm in there creating and using food as like a form of art, I guess, rather than as just something that you just eat. So yeah, that was a really cool realization yesterday. And I had so much energy. I was cleaning out cupboards, and it's just my partner Peter was like, "What is going on with you?" So it was a really good day. And went for a big long walk afterwards, and even my muscles, we walk up a really big hill close to home, and I felt strong, surprisingly strong. Like, to have not eaten for 14 days and to be able to walk up that big hill, I felt like I could have run up it. It's really quite amazing. And the other two women that I'm doing this with, Jo and Kelly, and they're feeling much the same. They've amazed at the amount of energy that they've got and how good they feel. So 2 of us are finishing today. One is continuing on and is going to be doing 21 days. And we're going to be supporting her through the rest of her journey. Today I'm going to be breaking the fast with a vegetable broth. So I'll do that at dinner time tonight. And, oh, something's biting me. Bloody bugs. And then tomorrow I'll probably do juices for most of the day. I might have a very small meal tomorrow night, like some avocado or maybe a mango. I'm not sure. Something really soft and easy and gentle on my system. And and I'll just gradually ease back into foods slowly. And I'll do a video recap that will cover off on the whole 14 days. Veggie broth. So many vegetables. Okay.
Yeah, it's done.
Oh, it's started.
There's now.
Okay, are you sure you're close enough? My veggie bowl.
Can now, and it's on.
Okay, cool. So I am breaking my fast with veggie broth that I've just boiled up with a whole heap of different veggies in it. So it's got, what are you doing?
I'm moving it backwards so you can see the whole veggie bowl.
Ah, okay. So it looks like that. And it's got potato, pumpkin, onion, broccoli, celery, capsicum, mushrooms. Did I say carrot? Ginger, garlic, a little bit of vegetable stock, pepper, yes, I said celery, cabbage, all that. And then I filled it with water, a big pot with water, and then boiled it for about the last 2 hours, just gently simmered it. And now I'm breaking my fast with it. It's very hot though, so I'm gonna give it a go. I haven't tasted it yet. Oh my God, that is so good. That's really good. It's like I can taste every little ingredient. I hope you enjoyed that compilation. It's been an interesting 2 weeks, and it's also been quite challenging for me to remember to take some videos along the way and tell a bit of the story along the way. But what I did want to start with now is how it all came about that the 3 of us ended up doing a water fast together. We were driving together to a workshop up on the Sunshine Coast, and Jo mentioned that as soon as the workshop was finished, she wanted to do a 21-day fast. And I said to her, oh, well, I've been diagnosed with some parasites and I don't want to take any medications that are going to hurt my body. I want to do it naturally. And I know that doing a water fast is one way to really get rid of them. And I'll be doing some tests, go to the doctors after this to test to see that I have actually gotten rid of these parasites. So I said, I wanted to do a 2-week water fast. And Kelly, who was in the car with us as well, who has never done any fasting before, as far as I'm aware, I'm fairly certain, went, I'll do it with you then. Let's form a group. And so one of the things that we talked about in the car was about our relationship with food. And so I suggested that we also get some coaching along the way so that we really look into our emotional ties around food. We talked about which ones of us eat for comfort, which ones of us eat to numb emotions, things like that. And we decided that this was going to be a really good opportunity because during a water fast, it really peels away all the defences and get very vulnerable. So coaching under those sort of situations makes it easier for the coach to get into what's really going on. And I think for me personally, I think it's actually had some really, really good results. The results really will be telling over the future, and I'm waiting to see what that looks like. So I would have to say over the 14 days, day 1, 2 and 3 were probably the hardest. They were the ones where I was acutely aware of people eating, of smells, of the fact that I wasn't eating, and it wasn't. I felt before I started the water fast, there were some belief systems that I had that I have definitely proven wrong to myself over the course of the water fast. One was that I would lack energy and I wouldn't be able to work as hard as what I would normally do. I think over the 2 weeks, I didn't just work as hard. I actually had some days in the kitchen where it was at least twice, if not 3 times as hard as our normal days. And I didn't just do them, I did them with energy. And it was quite amazing. The amount of energy I've had over these 2 weeks is quite astounding. So apart from that, I really didn't like the feeling of being hungry. And in my normal life, I really avoided that feeling of being hungry. And over the course of this 14 days, I've realised that that feeling of being hungry is not something to really avoid at all. And it actually just comes and goes as a passing feeling, and it doesn't have to be listened to if you don't want to, or if you feel like it's not supportive of you at the time. And many times that I felt it was just it just passed through so quickly, and I was really surprised at that was a really unexpected feeling. I thought that I would just feel hungry all the time, and I didn't. There was the weekend of, it's about day 6 and 7, I experienced some pretty intense pain in my hips. Joe's experiencing the same thing right now, and I did some research on it. I rang a friend who did a 30-day water fast, and I was looking for a quick fix. I really wanted something that would just fix the pain. I wanted it to go away, which is completely natural, of course. What my friend told me that had done the 30-day water fast was that I really needed to delve into what emotional feelings I suppressed around 6 or 7 years ago. So for every day of the water fast was an undoing of about 1 year worth of emotional baggage. And so I looked back to 6 or 7 years ago, and I got coached on the emotions that I thought it was linked to, and there was some deep grief and sadness. And at the end of the coaching session, my hips stopped hurting. And I intermittently would wake up over the next couple of days where I'd wake up at like 2 o'clock in the morning and feel pain in my hips, have a bit of salt, go back to sleep, and it'd be gone. So it was like a releasing of emotions through my hips that just, I feel really good that it's gone and that I've processed those emotions out of my body, because I've always felt like I've held on to emotions around my hips quite a lot. So yeah, that was quite surprising as well, that directly right at the end of the coaching session my hip stopped hurting. That was quite amazing. This last week, when all thoughts in my head was I'd be really starting to run out of energy and I'd really be starting to flag, I've woken up every day with way more energy than I could imagine. I've woken up wanting to go for a run, thinking, no, you're on a water fast, that's a really dumb idea. So I haven't. I've gone on some walks, I've been dancing, I've done pretty much anything that I would normally have done over the 2 weeks. I socialised, I went out partying with the girls on the weekend. I really didn't change my life at all. The only thing that changed was not eating. So it's been quite amazing. It really has been eye-opening for me. I'm so glad that I did it. And if you have any questions about water fasting, juice fasting, what it can do, why you should do it, where you're at, anything like that, just give me a call. I am very, very happy to talk to you about your individual circumstances, and then to come up with something that will suit you personally for your circumstances, because every person is different. And even the three of us that have done this water fast together, we all did it for different reasons, and we're all doing it differently. Cal and I did 14 days together, and she still has done it differently to me. And Joe's still going. Joe's doing 21 days, and she's doing it differently, and it's had a different reaction in her body. So that's it for me for this week. Don't forget to subscribe on the website so you can get weekly emails. I do a weekly email that has very short updates on where everything's at. It's got links to the weekly podcast and video log and blogs, and I always do a recipe, something that I've either cooked or I've had a friend cook during the week before generally, or something that I've cooked often myself and that I really love, and I just, because I just love to cook, I love to share the recipes that I make as well. So until next week, bye for now.